All right. There we go. Okay. I'm like, wait a minute, that didn't get bright quite yet. Just adjust that. There we are. All right. Hello, everybody. I hope everybody is doing well this Friday evening. We actually have rain. It's raining here. So rain is definitely better than snow. So I will take that all day long. I just want to remind everybody if we have any issues with the stream that I will get right back on as soon as I possibly can. So just be patient and hang in there. And I hope, like I said, you know, we'll just take care of business like we normally do, and hopefully we can get the streaming in one shot and have no issues. That would be fantastic, and we can get on about our day. I'm trying to think, is my face clear enough, or is there a shadow on it? Because I can adjust this one light. Can you guys see me okay, or is there like a shadow? Just let me know that if you would. I'm not seeing anything. Everything good though? Clear? All right, cool. All right, awesome. A small shadow. Okay. All right. Most of are saying clear. All right, that's good. We'll just keep it to where it's at then. All right. So I do want to remind everybody also that this is a very family friendly oriented channel. So I would ask you to please be decent in the chat. No racism, no nastiness. Let's be kind to each other. And, you know, so we'll just be kind to each other and we'll go from there. Okay. So we're going to talk about what's going on, what's happening next, basically. We're going to be talking a little bit about that. I want to talk about a few things. Again, there's a lot of information being shot around all over the place. You don't know what's true, what's not true. The reality is it can be very, very upsetting. Again, because there's just way too many unknowns, way too many unknowns. I did want to talk about. I just saw a video earlier today, and this was actually verified. So I'm always gonna. I'm not. I don't want to get on here, and speculate what this could happen, and talk about it like it's a fact. Okay, I'm not gonna. I don't want to do that. I want to talk about things that are concrete that are happening and those type of things. So here's one of the things that I definitely wanted to talk about. So here I don't know what day they did it. I'm trying to think. They might have done it today. Yeah, they did. They had to do it today. Okay, so yesterday I went to the gas station and I had to gas up. Gas was $2.29 a gallon yesterday. Okay, here in New York. And I know some places it's probably a lot cheaper, but we pay a lot more taxes up here in New York on stuff. So that's just the way it is. Today, I went down and was down in town. Gas was $2.59 a gallon. It went up 30 cents a gallon overnight. 30 cents a gallon overnight. What is that all about? I found that to be very, very interesting. Very interesting. Okay. A couple other things. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about facts that I'm seeing for myself, and I find it interesting. And so we're going to talk about that. And but 30 cents a gallon in one day. Pennsylvania, he's saying in Pennsylvania it shot up 40 cents a gallon. Yeah, but 30 cents a gallon in one day. I thought that was amazing. I'm like, how do they justify that? Okay. So that that was the first thing. Now here's the second thing. Now this one's bizarre. This is bizarre. Yesterday and today, no mail delivery, no mail pickup. Okay, because Mom and Beck had put envelopes in the mailbox this morning, so there was no mail yesterday, which could have been we just didn't get any mail. But they think that there was no mail delivered yesterday. Today, okay, they put envelopes out in the mail. She had called me a little while ago and said, "Did you check the mail today?" And I said, "Yeah, we did." I said, "Just the envelopes that you had in there were in there, and the flag was up." She goes, "Oh, we did that in the morning." She said, "So they never did mail pickup or delivery today," which is very unusual. That never happens. So I found that to be quite interesting as well. Just little weird anomalies that are happening that we need to be paying attention to, I think, okay, for that type of thing. Now, Um, Tiffany saying we got mail today and yesterday. Okay, well, I don't know why that happened here. I have no idea, but I just thought that that was interesting, weird thing. I just wanted to point that out to you because that's, like I said again, that's not normal. The other thing that I was going to talk about, I watched a video earlier today. A construction worker down in Washington D.C. was, going to his job site, and he was talking about the armed troops all over Washington D.C. and how they had a choke point and stuff set up where you have to go through basically a screening process. Um, this is ahead of the inauguration. Okay, that I think is like a first to be that extreme before an inauguration of a president. I found that to be very interesting. Also, very disturbing, realistically. Now the report that was put out there by the FBI saying that there was going to be armed protests, of course, by right wing radicals. Just remember that it's white wing radicals. So who's that? Who's the white wing radicals? Well, it's white people, of course. Okay, we are the terrible. We if you look at realistically, obviously I'm white, so I pay attention to this type of stuff. We are now the villains. White people are the villains, and this is not about a race thing. I'm not trying to be race things, but if you look at how things are portrayed, white people are we're bad. We need to be ashamed. We need to be ashamed for the past, the stuff that we had nothing to do with. I was born in 1965. I didn't hate nobody. I grew up, saw all kinds of stuff through my life. I've seen a tremendous amount of reverse racism. I can tell you that, especially in the military. It's unbelievable in the military. And I've told this story, and I'm going to tell this story again really quickly. I was down at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. Okay. And I don't know how it is now. I really don't. But we're talking, this is 1985, 1986, down in North Carolina at Fort Bragg. Everybody worked together during the day like we're supposed to. At the end of the day, the whites went this way, the blacks went that way. And if you were any other race, you picked a side. And that's who you stayed with. That's the way that they ran things down there. Now, me, that ain't my style. If I like you, I think you're cool, we'll hang out, that's fine. Now, I had a guy that I hung out with, and I'll never forget him as long as I live, and I'd love to see if somebody could find him for me. His name was Dennis Roll. He lived in Florida. He was from Florida, and it was the big joke was, oh, Florida's just an extension of New York, okay? Well, him and I used to hang out all the time. We'd go to movies, go out and have drinks together. We were buddies. He was a cool dude. I liked him. We could have great conversations, the whole 9 yards, right? He comes to me one day and he says, Ed, man, we can't hang out anymore. And I went, why? He said, the brothers, meaning the rest of the black group there, they came to him and said, you need to choose. It's either us or him. And he said to me, he goes, man, I love you like a brother. He goes, but if I choose you, then you are all I'm going to have. And I'm going to be on the outs. I'm not going to be able to. And I looked at him at that day, and I'll never forget this. And I said, Dennis, I go, I understand. Because I did. He had to make a choice that absolutely sucked for him, and he had to choose the blacks because if he chose me again, all he would have had was me. And that's sad. To me, that's sad that had to be that way. Now, this is 1985, 1986. I don't remember exactly what year it was, but that happened, that recent history, okay? Again, and now, literally, as far the way that I look at it, okay, and of course, I'm looking at it from a white perspective, okay? Barack Obama set race relations back 20 years, in my opinion. I pay attention to stuff, demonizing white people. I don't know if you guys remember or not. Michelle Obama said, but just when he was elected president the first time, she goes, this is the first time I've ever been proud to be an American. I don't know if you guys remember that or not, okay? But I remembered that. And I thought to myself, you live this privileged freaking life. You're a freaking lawyer. You're making buku money. How can you, but again, play the victim, play the victim, play the victim. It's complete and utter BS in my opinion. But that's just, like I said, I'm giving you my opinion. I'm giving it from perspective of what I've seen from my angle. Now, are there a lot of, again, is there a lot of profiling going on? Have blacks been treated badly in the back in the older days? Absolutely they had. But ever since affirmative action came on the scene, realistically, a certain percentage, and I want you to think about this, a certain percentage of people had to be a certain race or color to be hired, or businesses, big businesses, were getting crucified. I had a gentleman that I took care of, and this is a true story. He retired from Eastman Kodak. He was the head of industrial relations. Okay. He retired in 1967. And this is coming from his mouth, from that generation. And this is what he told me. He said, Ed, I retired because I got so disgusted. He said, affirmative action came in and we had to hire a certain amount of blacks. He said, we would catch them sleeping on the job. Now, think about that. You get caught sleeping on the job. Should you be fired? I would think so. That's just, if you're hiding off someplace and sleeping and not working, you should be fired. Okay. We couldn't fire him, he said. I'm like, what? He said, we were not allowed to get rid of him. We had to do all this different stuff. Now, to me, that's ridiculous. Again, now I'm a big believer, and here's the playing field right here. All right. Should be equal for everybody. The smartest people should get the best jobs, in my opinion. So if that means that your police force is all Asian, because realistically, the people with the highest IQ are Asians. I mean, that's been Asians, whites, Hispanics, and I think then blacks are down there. And again, and a lot of that goes to the educational system of where they are and what they're getting. Okay. Family dynamic plays a big part in that as well. When you have single mothers, a lot of times, and they have to work to support their family, their kids are running wild because there's nobody there. I mean, so that's a big part of it, in my opinion, too. But again, if you have a strong base, it makes all the difference in the world. If you have a strong family structure and good role models, that's what makes a difference. And I don't care what color you are. If you look at the different people, if they have a strong support system, regardless of color, they excel. That's a fact. And if they don't, regardless of color, they don't excel. That's also a fact. Why do you think you see, generations after generations of people of both colors? There's more white people on social services than there are black people. That's also a fact. I don't know if people knew that or not. Okay. But again, and I've always said this, if you work hard and you put in the effort, it doesn't matter. If you have the brains, you can accomplish anything you want. So in my opinion, right now, just like I had said, and somebody was like, I didn't see that in Biden's speech when he was talking about, the money. It wasn't the speech that he had done that day. It was a speech that he had done the day before. Some of you had saw it. You have to look it up. And if you type in that, no help for, white business owners, look up that, you'll see that they'll pop it, believe me, unless they blocked it out of there or took it away by now. But that was there. I saw it. And that's ridiculous. You help everybody or you help nobody. In this day and age, there's no excuses anymore. It's time for people, and I don't care what color you are, to stop being a victim, take responsibility for your own actions. It's nobody else's fault if you don't work hard and succeed, and nothing should be given to you. You should have to earn it. And that's why you see people get ahead, become successful, because they work hard. Guys, we got 1,400 people in the chat. We're at 381 on the thumbs up. I'm going to ask you if you would shoot a thumbs up to show support for the channel, and thank you ahead of time. I appreciate that. Also, it really does help with the algorithms as well. So that's another reason I would ask you to do it, and thank you for that reason as well. Also, again, I like to see a lot of thumbs up. That's also part of it. So the more interaction, the better it is for the channel. So thank you for that reason as well. And again, if you're not subscribed, I would ask you to subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell icon to get all notifications as well. So I get a lot of emails, obviously. A lot of people say a lot of things. And, I was, and I have a buddy of mine that I have a conversation with, very left leaning, which is fine. We're still friends at the end of the day, no matter what. Okay. And, he's always telling me, well, you never say anything negative about Trump. You always say, You're always like, like bashing Biden, saying the different things about Biden, and you're always bashing him, but you're not bashing Trump. I've said plenty of bad things about Trump, through the time. I've talked about how he's an egomaniac, he's a narcissist. But again, you show me a politician realistically that isn't. Okay, Nancy Pelosi sure is. They fall in love with themselves. They fall in love with who they think they are. You don't think Mitch McConnell is all full of himself and loves himself, and I got the power and I can do what I want to do. Now obviously, now Chucky Schumer is going to be the guy. Okay, and believe me, Chuck Schumer loves himself too, absolutely no doubt in my mind. So but and I've also said this many, many, many times, and I'll say it again right now: left or right, two sides of the same coin, two wings of the same bird. At the end of the day, all of those politicians in Washington are never going to look out for your best interest. I don't care what color you are. Okay. If the Democrats were taking care of black people the way that they supposedly said they were, there would be a whole big difference in cities like Baltimore, Cleveland, Ohio, Chicago, New York City. They're cesspools. Those places are cesspools. Democratic run year after year after year, right? What are they doing to help people realistically? And again, I don't believe in handouts. I believe in hand ups. If you're helping somebody have a better life, that's great. Make them see. Here's the thing with people: if you give people incentives, something to work towards, a reward, if you will, the carrot at the end of the stick, you can have a better life. You can make more money. You can better yourself. You can feel better about yourself. I know when I went back to school at 29 and got my nursing degree, when I got done with school and got my degree, it was like one of the proudest accomplishments for myself that I had done up to that point in my life. And I was like, man, I can't, this is awesome. Took my boards, got my license, and I've been a nurse ever since. Okay. That feeling of accomplishment. But guess what? They didn't give it to me. I had to earn it. Nobody gave it to me. Now, did I get student loans? Yes, I did. Did I have to pay my student loans back? Absolutely, I did. I have a real problem with this student loan forgiveness stuff. I'm going to be honest with you, because I took student loans. I paid my student loans back. It was a 10-year loan. That's what I had, a 10-year loan. I paid so much a month for 10 years. And I was happy to do it every month, because that gave me that opportunity to make the kind of living that I made as a nurse and to be able to take care of my family. That was important to me. Okay. But again, here's the problem that we have. If you go to college for basket weaving, communications, or some of these other degrees that when you get out of college, you can't get a job at, because nobody's going to pay you $100,000 a year to do that. But now you're in this huge debt. Whose fault is that? It's not anybody's fault but your own, because you took the easy way out. You tried to get a cupcake basket degree, and you didn't do anything with it. It's called do your research ahead of time. Okay. I mean, and I'm not trying to slam on people, but the reality is, if you look at a job market and you say, okay, I'm going to go to college. But again, here's the other thing. Why not trade school? Why not go to be an electrician, a plumber, a carpenter? Because I'll guarantee you what, you get done with trade school, you're going to make a freaking fantastic living, and you're going to be in demand forever. You're never going to be out of work. I don't care how depressed the economy gets. Toilets are going to break down. You're going to need that plumber to get in there and take care of stuff. You're going to have electrical issues. Electricians are going to be needed, and there's always something being built somewhere. So carpenters are always going to be in demand. You're in the union. You can make a lot of money and have a very, very nice living. Okay. So I don't want you to think I'm just rah, rah, rah college. That's not what I'm saying. Whatever path you decide to take, you take it. But if you're going to go to college and you're going to get a degree in communications, where when you get out of college, you can't get a job in that degree. Okay. And I say basket weaving in jest, obviously. Here's another one. Okay. So here's another one. And I'll do African American studies. What's that job market like? I'm curious, because I really don't know. Is there a big demand for that out there? I don't think so. Okay. So you go to school and you get these degrees for something that you can't get a job at, and then you get out of college and expect to make $100,000 a year. It's not going to happen. Okay. So all of us as intelligent human beings need to look at things, be realistic. What is the job market? What can I do when I go to college? If I take this, that, or the other thing, what can I realistically expect to make once I leave college? Okay. That's the reality. Hey, CCU nursing. Part of why I went into nursing was job stability. Absolutely. You know what? Thank you very much for the donation, and thank you for the comment. And there's another thing too. Nursing. You will always have a job with nursing. Now, unfortunately, and I'm sure this is playing out here, especially over this last year, the burnout rate in nursing is tremendous. Tremendous. A lot of people get into nursing, and within 10 years, I think that's going to blow a gasket for his shifts. Now I'm just getting on my. So I got to be honest with you. So I had a conversation just before I got on with my buddy Steve, and he laughed at me. He goes, "I love getting you all worked up just before you do a live stream," and we did. We were like, we're having this conversation and going back and forth. But I pay attention to stuff and I watch stuff and I read through the lines and I see things, and it irritates the crap out of me. Like I said, I really, truly hate the victim mentality. I really do. Because we're all responsible for our own actions. We really are at the end of the day, okay? Oh, I'm a drug addict because I can't help it. It's not my fault. Yes, it is your fault. Nobody forced you to do that, CCU nursing, I can second that. This year has burnt me out. Oh, I'm sure. I am sure it has. And thank you again for the donation as well. I do appreciate that. Thank you. So, but yeah, the burnout rate is just absolutely horrible, and you get tired of it, and you get tired of being treated like crap by management, constant demands, more and more expectations of what you need to be doing, heavy loads for patients, not enough staff on hand. It's terrible. It really, really is. And this is, I stopped working next month will be 3 years. Okay, that I stopped working as a nurse. And actually, I should show it. Well, I won't. Let me see. Hold on. Where did I put that? Oh, okay. I'll do it like this. Department of Education, New York State. I'll just show you that. That is my renewal for my license. And yes, I will renew my license. Why? Because you never know. Okay. Now, I haven't worked as a nurse in 3 years. I still retain my credentials, but for me, I'll be honest with you, I have no intention of ever going back into nursing, but I earned that degree and I'm going to keep it. So I could let my license go, because like I said, I don't intend to work as a nurse again, but it's smarter to keep it there on that back burner just in case, because you know what, we never know what's going to happen, and it's a good thing to have. So, but yeah, that just came in the mail, and I can do that right online, renew online. That's what I did last time. And I will do it again. So, that's it works for me, right? But, but again, old saying, better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. So that's the thing. Because you know what? I'll tell you what, if I decided tomorrow that I don't want to do YouTube anymore, and I've had enough of YouTube, I could stop doing YouTube in a heartbeat. I'll go right back to work as a nurse and I'll get hired in a heartbeat. Guaranteed I'll get hired in a heartbeat. So but again, I love doing YouTube. I love being able to have the time to take care of things the way I want to take care of them, and have my animals and take care of my animals. That's a lot of fun, and I enjoy it. So, but and you guys are awesome. So hey Deneen, Ed, please, one smile, LOL. Okay, well, I know I'm sorry, I got on my soapbox a little bit there early on. I apologize. Things get me fired up, and it's just it's annoying, and because it's like I can't believe that more people can't see through the bull crap, that they really can't. I really have a hard time with that. Hey Mac, never say never. I'm just saying. Exactly. Well, I have no intention. I said no intention, but I'll never say never. So thank you very much for the donation. Like I said, that's why I keep my license active, just in case. But if I can and not have to do it, then that's can't retire until you hit 100,000 subs. Well, again, so I got to remind people of this too. When I hit 100,000 subscribers, I will be having STD tattooed on my body. for Step Thing and Day. I will definitely do that. So if you guys want to have that happen sooner, put it out there, you know. Hey, Freddie left you. I did everything right. Got a degree. Oh, hold on a second. Got a degree in exercise science. Started a personal training business. Now, because of Cuomo, my business is bankrupt. Am I a victim? No, well, you're not a victim per se. What you're a victim of circumstances, unfortunately. That's a different type of victim. You're not sitting back feeling sorry for yourself, blaming everybody else for your problems. You're a victim of the circumstance of what has gone on in this country over the last year. Okay. That is circumstances beyond your control. But thank you very much for that statement. I do appreciate that. And yes, it sucks what they've done to our country. It absolutely sucks. And that pisses me off more than anything else. I'll be honest with you. So many businesses are gone. Like you said, you went and got your degree. That's a good degree, and you were probably helping people. And hopefully you can start doing that again. That would be great if you can do that. I hope you can do that. Okay, I really do, because it's no, with that's circumstances beyond your control. Is not your fault. That if you were doing it and not putting out there and trying to get more clients and taking care of people the right way, different situation. Mac, tattoo and family friendly spot, I hope. Yeah, right. Yes, yeah, I won't. No, first of all, won't be no tramp stamp. Won't be doing that. Oh my God, could you imagine STD right above your butt? Oh my God, that'd be freaking hilarious. I won't be doing that. No. So it'll be family friendly. You guys will be able to see it. So when I do get that, when I hit 100,000 subscribers, I will be having STD tattooed on myself someplace. I got an idea where I want to do it, but I definitely will do that. So that will be fun. That will be fun. So really quickly, guys, I want to talk about my website really quickly, preparedness1.com. A couple of things I want to share with you, which you guys don't know, obviously. So now you will know. First of all, we have the Prepper Nurse One community on my website. So if you go to preparedness1.com, you go to Prepper Nurse One community, you click on it. It's a great resource for you guys to connect with like-minded people. So definitely take advantage of that. Okay. It's a good thing for you guys if you want to try to read the message boards, try to find somebody in your state or in your country that is also prepping, talk to them, form a group, just a loose affiliation, whatever you want to do, you absolutely can do that. Okay. So definitely take advantage of that. Hey, Robert, thank you very much for the donation, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. The second thing I want to talk about is the Forefathers, which is the CBD and hemp store. You'll see the logo on my website at preppernurse1.com. When it goes through, if you click on that, it will take you to their website. Okay. Once you go to their website, if you decide to make a purchase with the CBD or hemp product, make sure you use the discount code PrepperNurse1. You'll save yourself 15% on your purchase. Okay. Definitely take advantage of that as well. CBD products help with a number of things, a lot of things. If you have any questions, feel free to call that store. Their information is there. Definitely check them out. Impawara, thank you very much for the donation. I do appreciate that. Thank you. The third thing I want to talk about is the legacy freeze-dried foods. With everything going on, the craziness that is happening, I've decided to do a sale. We started the sale today. 20% off any purchase of the legacy freeze-dried food. That will be taken off at checkout. Okay, so if you decide to make a purchase, the 20% will be automatically taken off at checkout. So what is available on my website? We just updated everything today. It's there. You can purchase it. You'll save yourself 20%. I'm sorry, 20%. It'll automatically be taken out when you check out. So definitely take advantage of that. Okay. That sale is going to run. I'm going to run it from now through the 4th of February. So it gives people time. With everything going on, obviously there's a lot of concern with everything and people are nervous, which they should be. Definitely take advantage of that. Okay. So definitely, if you're interested, go over there and check that out. Freddie left you. I want my college money back in my 5 years of college. Would have done welding instead. Science says no mask while exercising. State says mask at the gym. Yeah, and I'm going to tell you what, it really is depending on the different things. They're fining people. Different places. If you don't have a mask on, you're going to get a fine. All of it, in my opinion, a lot of it is control, absolutely control, and they're going to dictate to you what you can and cannot do. And I don't think that that is right either. Obviously, I think that that's definitely a huge, huge issue, and it's going to continue to be an issue moving forward. I think you're going to see a lot of craziness going on here. I wanted to address this because this has been talked about. I've seen this in the news media. There's not, I shouldn't say no, not in the news media, but this is being put out there on the internet. Okay. People are saying, well, I have a source in the military that says that either Sunday or Monday, and I want you guys to think about this for a second. We're going to talk about this, and I want you to think about this. That says Sunday or Monday, they're going to enact martial law. There's going to be huge arrests all over the place. They're going to lock everything down, and there's going to be martial law. Okay. Now, first of all, let's be 100% honest about this information. If that was truly going to happen, Sunday or Monday, do you think that the general public would be made aware of it realistically? Okay. Would they be made aware of it? It doesn't make any kind of sense whatsoever. So in my opinion, it is misinformation. It's a rumor. Nobody can say, they're anonymous source, whatever the case may be. I'm not going to ever come on here and do that sensationalistic stuff like that, because I think it's counterproductive. I really, really do. I don't think that that's productive in any way, shape, or form. It does not help anything. All that does is it scares the crap out of people. It's making people very anxious. And again, I think that that's counterproductive. That really, really is, but there is a lot of manipulation being done. There's a lot of scare tactics being done. And again, I don't think that that's healthy. I really don't. Now, could be a possibility of martial law being enacted before Wednesday. Of course there could be. But guess what? There could also be a possibility of martial law enacted after Wednesday. Martial law can be enacted at any point in time. That's realistically, it's at the president's discretion, depending on the circumstances. Now, obviously, it has to be some kind of extreme situation in those type of things, okay? But again, it's just, to put that out there is factual information on a rumor, that doesn't help. It's just like the whole thing where they're talking of, all 50 states, armed insurrection, armed protest at the Capitol buildings. That's counterproductive. Again, it doesn't help anything. All that's going to do is get people arrested. People are going to go to jail. It doesn't help. Okay, it really doesn't. What are you going to do? Realistically, what is that going to prove? Okay, it's going to put you on a list. They're going to have facial recognition software all over the place, because that's what they do around Capitol buildings and stuff like that. They know what you're doing. They know what's going on. I'm going to give you a great example of something. A friend of mine who will remain nameless did a lot of traveling with his wife. His wife was doing a certain job, and he traveled with her because he had gotten to a point where he could retire. And so he did a lot of running. He did a lot of walking. So he was down in Washington, D.C. at this time. This isn't recent. This is before. So he was jogging the one day with one guy, and they were talking, him and the guy, as they were jogging around the Capitol. And he says to the other guy, he goes, I wonder what kind of guns that they have, because he saw the weapons that the security had, right? So that, I would probably think the same thing. Geez, I wonder what they have. So he's having this conversation while that. So for several days, he's, either walking or running around the Capitol and stuff like that. He was stopped by the Capitol Police, okay, and questioned. And they said to him, why did you want to know what kind of weapons we had? So not only were they able to do facial recognition, figure out who he was, they were listening. And he said, oh, wow, you guys could hear me as well. So think about, you're walking around the Capitol area there, having a conversation, they're listening. Okay. So this whole thing with the protesters breaching Congress and doing all this type of stuff, if you can't tell me that that wasn't staged, I don't know what was staged. That was allowed to happen to make the right look bad. Okay. Now, and I have said on these streams, and I'll say it again, stupid decision by people doing that. It accomplished nothing. Okay. Some of you disagree with me, and that's fine. But I don't think it accomplished anything. And I said right after that, when that happened, I said you were going to see mass arrests. You're going to see a lot of people go to jail because they're going to make examples of people. And that's exactly what has happened. It's exactly what has happened. They were talking in the news today about more arrests happening. Okay. Again, now, unfortunately, people died because of that whole situation. Again, unfortunate, very unfortunate. But to compare what happened, and again, wrong all the way. Never going to justify it. Don't agree with it. It should have never happened. I think it's 100% wrong. So I want to make sure I put that out there right in the first before I continue. But to compare that to burning and looting and beating people up because they were different than you were or had different philosophies than you have, to have months upon months of insurrection and stuff like that, but that's okay? No, all of that is wrong. To have these poor people in these cities living in complete fear to even go outside at night because who knows what was going to happen? Are you going to get attacked? Are you not going to get attacked? These things, that's not how it should be. That is not how it should be. Those things need to be squashed. They need to be dealt with. So again, all the people getting arrested because of the Washington stuff, they absolutely should be arrested because you can't do that. That's not okay. Okay. At the same time, all those other idiots that did everything that they did, and there were arrests. Don't get me wrong. I know there was some arrest, but not enough. Not enough by a long shot. And then I love it when automatically this gets put out there. Well, if this had been black protesters, it would have been handled differently. They would have been shot and all this type of stuff. Come on. Really? Black protesters, white protesters, they've been burning and looting for months. Were the police opening up on them in all these cities like Portland? Were they opening up on them? They were held with kit gloves. Their hands were tied behind their back. The mayors were not even allowing them to use tear gas. Are you freaking kidding me? Are you kidding me? But it would be different, right? Bullcrap. We live in a society right now that, heaven forbid, we offend everybody. Well, guess what? If you're offended by anything I say ever, I don't care. I really don't. If you don't like what I have to say, that's your issue. That's not my issue. I'm not forcing anybody to come on my channel and watch my channel. I try to share information. I definitely try to help people when it comes to prepping, showing them what it's like to live off grid, showing that people can do this, that anybody can do this. So I do absolutely want to help people. That's my ultimate goal. But with everything that is going on around us, that is also something that we all need to pay attention to. The politics, what they're trying to do, what they're trying to accomplish, all of that definitely plays, and it's a factor in what we are doing and why we do what we're doing. Okay. I'm only offended when you drink green tea. Okay, this is for JJ. I want to offend JJ. Here we go. But again, guys, it's just we need to stop letting them manipulate us, because that is exactly what has happened. Left, right, this religion, this race, that race. It's a big freaking game, and they play us against each other constantly. And we fall for it. We all fall for it. And it's so sad, and it's such a waste. It is such a waste of time. How's the kids doing? Good. Heather's right in the other room. Right in the other room right now. So the kids are good. Eddie's doing well as well. I just talked to him the other day. He's doing fantastic. So, but again, if we can focus on working together as human beings, we would be so much better off. Hey, full of hope. Ireland and the UK being locked in, only allowed out 1 day a week. I was on the road today flashing. Oh, hold on a second. Flashing signs saying, "Go home. I'm not in the USA." Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm sorry that you're having to deal with that. I know that they're like Canada just got locked down too. Ontario did anyway. Same type of situation. I know the UK is dealing with a lot of stuff over there. You guys are dealing with a lot of stuff. It is sad, and it's not good. It's not good, guys. If you have questions too, all cap lock so it stands out for me. Antifa is forcing the hold on a second. Antifa is forcing the Seattle bookstore out of business because they won't burn any GNO's books. Wow. Yeah, and again, that is just, it's ridiculous. Again, with what's going on, it is so reminiscent of Nazi Germany, and I don't know how people can't see it. Control, you have a group that you can hate. And again, somebody pointed this out, and I thought that this was awesome, and this was great. Okay. So first of all, we pitted the white man against the black man. We did that for a long, long, long time, right? That's been going on for a long, long time. But people are starting to really get wind of it, and they're figuring it out that that's all BS. They really are. Okay. So then after that, we had to have a new boogeyman bad guy. So then we made Al Qaeda was the bad guy, the boogeyman. So now, people, like, when they see, oh my God, those Muslims over there, I wonder, if they're Al Qaeda or they're a sleeper cell and all this type of stuff. Most of those Muslims that you see out there in public, guys, are just like us. They're human beings. They want to live their life. They have a different religion. That's it. That's it. Not everybody wants to be a martyr and kill as many people as they possibly can. That's not the intention. They want to live their lives. They want to take care of their families. They want to love their families just like the rest of us do. Okay? It's a game. It's a constant game, and we got to make it stop. We got to make it stop. So that's what I get really, really tired of it. I really, really do. We're at 1665 in the chat, guys. We're at 820 in the thumbs up. I'm going to ask really quickly if you would shoot a thumbs up if you have not done so already. And thank you ahead of time for doing that. I do appreciate that. Again, it really does help with the algorithms too. So the more interaction we have, the higher it pushes us up in the rankings. So if you have not shot that thumbs up yet, I would ask you to do that as well. Or if a thumbs down, if that's what your flavor is, that's fine. But I would rather see a thumbs up, obviously. The third reason is I love to see the thumbs up. So thank you for that reason as well. So I do appreciate that. Again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please make sure you subscribe, hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. Okay. So thank you for that as well. So I hope everybody's doing great. Like I said, with that, we just got to keep being smart. Continue to get ready for whatever is going to happen. Hey, Hurricane Rip. If we could all learn to agree to disagree, everybody would get along better. I even gave up church. Oh, hold on a second. Because I got tired of them preacher telling me how I should live my life. In my opinion, it's a cult. Yeah, you know what? I can't say I disagree with you on that. You can have a relationship with God, to be honest with you, without going to church. You don't have to go to some church to prove that you're religious. With whatever religion you want to follow, whatever religion you want to practice, if you're comfortable with that and you have your own inner peace with that, I say knock yourself out. Have a good time with it. Really. I mean, do whatever you got to do. Thank you so much for the donation. I do appreciate that. But again, we really do got to stop letting ourselves be manipulated as badly as we've been. It's been going on for too long. Okay. Because realistically, let's see. Hey, Wendy Melly, the U.S. funds Al Qaeda. This is all a game. Oh, it's part of it. Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to tell you what, and I'm going to give you my opinion because I didn't see a body strung up someplace. I don't think Osama bin Laden was killed by us at all. He might have died from kidney failure, but he definitely. I don't believe we killed him. Why would we dump his body in the ocean because we were so concerned about Muslim tradition? Bullcrap. If they had killed Osama bin Laden, you would have seen pictures out there of the soldiers kneeling down next to him, getting that picture. I guarantee you that. Guarantee you that. So they sure paraded. The Iraqi leader there. I'm trying to think what his name is now. They paraded him around before they hung him, didn't they? So, and I love what you said. Nursing, it's the same with teaching. Hold on a second. Amazing show tonight. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Yeah, and teachers too. You know, I'm going to tell you what, I feel sorry for teachers. And I always said there's two jobs that I could have never done. Never could have done. I could have never been a cop, and I could have never been a teacher. Because some smart mouth kid would have mouthed off to me and got his head put through the wall. Okay, don't be disrespectful. And shouldn't say that because I wouldn't put their head through the wall. But the stuff that you guys have all seen the videos of these punk kids running their mouths, pushing the teacher, and then finally the teacher snaps, and then who gets in trouble? The teacher gets in trouble. I'm sorry, but if I got some kid in my face telling me F you and this, that, and the other thing, and I've told him, get out of here, get out of here, I'm going to take so much of it too. And I'm going to get to a point where, and you snap, you can't take so much of that. These teachers' hands are tied. They can't deal with these kids. They don't take care of things the way that they should. Bullies are out there. There are always going to be bullies in schools. That's a fact. You need to get these bullies out of these schools. That's how you deal with that. I don't care if you teach them differently, homeschool them, or whatever the case. Hey, Lone Star and Pioneering. Hey, Ed, hold on a second. Wanted to give a shout out to Barswood, Homestead, North Shore Preparedness, and Southern Boy Prepper, please. All right, well, there we are. All right, I absolutely thank you very much for the donation, and thank you for the shout out for them. I appreciate that. Really quickly, let's do this really quickly. I told you guys, yeah. So, yeah, Saddam was hung. Absolutely, yep. Yeah, Osama was removed to another location. Yeah, Osama was never killed. I don't believe that. You'll never convince me of that. Really quickly, I want to do some shout outs for some channels, then we'll do the egg count really quick. But I told you there was some channels that I like to watch that I wanted to put out there. My Self-Reliance, which is also Sean James. He has two channels. One is Sean James. The other one is My Self-Reliance. Highly, highly recommend both of them. Definitely check them out. He's a really unbelievable builder. He does a lot of it all by himself. It's unbelievable. Great channel. Go over there, show him some love, show him some support. Tell him Prepper Nurse One sent you. The other ones, there's three other channels that I wanted to talk about. And these are channels, guys, they're not talking politics. They're not talking anything like that, okay? So definitely the nomadic movement, okay? Young couple. They're down in Panama. Nice, nice kids. They're in their 20s. They are starting like a community thing down there. They're living off grid. It's really, really cool to watch. And they're a nice couple. And now they're trying to have a child, which I think is absolutely awesome. So definitely go check them out again. Tell them Prepper Nurse One sent you again. They have no idea, okay? I have not talked to them or anything like that. But say Prepper Nurse One sent me. They're a really, really nice channel. The other channel that I was trying to remember the name I was talking to you guys about the cop and his wife and their kids that moved to Idaho, okay? Good Simple Living. That's the name of their channel. Again, fantastic channel. He was a police officer, I believe, for like 13 years. Awesome, awesome. Left that. They saved their money. They're doing their homestead. It's really, really cool to watch, and it's enjoyable. So definitely, I recommend them as well. The third one is this guy does a lot of stealth camping. Steve Wallace, Wallis. So it's Steve Wallace. Go check him out as well. He's up in Canada as well, with Sean James is also in Canada. Does a lot of stealth camping. It's kind of neat, fun to watch. Very, very homey type of stuff. It's very, very cool. So definitely check him out as well. Obviously, Wrangle Star, love Wrangle Star. Angry Prepper down in New York City. Prepper Nation, Canadian Prepper. There's so many different channels out there, guys, that I really like. And like I said, check the different things out. Diversify yourself. Get information from different sources. Obviously, another one is Marfugal News out on the West Coast with Adam and Dax. Check them out. It's a different way of looking at things. And again, take everything that you get, process it, make your own conclusions. I really think that that's a good way to do it. Okay, let's do the egg count. So I don't think I told you guys yesterday's egg count. Yesterday was 7 eggs we got yesterday. So what do you guys think today's egg count is? All right, I'll give you guys a minute to get your guesses up here. Give you a minute here. All right. If you had the same guess, is true American Loretta with 6 eggs, then you are correct. We ended up with 6 eggs today. So they've been nice and steady. They've been starting to pick it back up again now, which has been nice. And so I'm able to give more eggs away. I like I like giving the eggs away. I really do. Again, it's another way to give back. Hey, Preparity Franklin. I never owned a slave. No one alive today ever owned a slave. All lives matter. No slave reparations. Too much corruption in D.C. Yeah, you know what? I've heard about that nonsense as well. I think that is the most ridiculous thing out there. The reparations crap. Again, if you were a slave and you were alive, then yes, you should be compensated. But anybody alive today in America here, we have not owned slaves. I owe nobody nothing. I don't owe. I'm not gonna here. I'm gonna be real clear on this one. I'm never going to apologize for being white, ever. All right, it's what I am. It's who I am. I'm a white dude. I'm also a biker. I love to ride. Okay, so I get profiled as well. So when people play that victim, oh my God, well, we're profiled all the time. Get on a Harley with tattoos and your head shaved and wear earrings, have a goatee and have the long beard or something like that. You will be profiled, guaranteed. But again, it's how you act on that interaction. We've all seen the videos. I mean, tell me, you think it's a positive interaction when you act like a total jerk to a cop? They have this power? Hold on, guys. Hella. Hold on 1 second, guys. No, outside. Go potty. Go potty. Okay. Come on, Hella. Come on, good girl. Hey, let's go. Come on. Here we go. Good girl, Hella. It's a good baby. Yes, a good girl. Sorry, guys. I'm in the midst of potty training, okay? So when she got up and she was heading for the other room, she was going to go pee on the floor. So I had to jump up there and take care of that really quick. And she did. She went out, and she came back in. So we're good. It's like having a toddler. I kid you not. It is absolutely like having a toddler. Yeah, I knew. I'm like, oh boy. I try to take her out every 40 minutes in that range. And if I do that on a regular basis, she's picking it up that she needs to go out. But, if I get distracted and she's gone, and, that's unfortunately what happens. But she's a good baby. She's a good baby. So anyway, I apologize. But yeah, it's just, it is amazing the way people will make excuses for any actions that happened, anything that happens. If you are respectful, and here's the thing is, and people will say, oh, well, you're kissing the cops behind, by giving in and being, and being submissive, you're being this or that. It's not about that. Here's what it's about realistically. At the end of the day, I want to go home. Okay. And if you screw with cops, realistically, they can ruin your day. They'll give you a bunch of tickets. Possibly you go to jail in the back of the car in handcuffs. Why would you put yourself in that position? It doesn't make any kind of sense. Hello, baby girl. It doesn't make any kind of sense. To me, it doesn't. To prove a point, to prove you're a tough guy, to prove that you're going to show them, I'm going to show them. Right, Hella? I'm going to show them. I'm not going to take their stuff. It makes no sense to me. So I would rather be polite. If you're going to give me a ticket, give me the ticket, but I'm not going to act like a jerk. I'm just not going to. You can do anything you want to do, but guess what? I will tell you this. Any interaction that I've had with the police, being pulled over, and I've been pulled over a ton. I'm not even beginning to, when I moved out here, okay, so I'll give you a great example. Living in Rochester area of New York for 20 plus years, I think I got pulled over maybe 3 times in that time frame. Okay, because they got better things to do. The cops got better things to do. I moved out where I'm at out here now, and in 6 years, I have been pulled over, I think, at least 8 times. Okay, I got to look. Number one, look a certain way. You're going to get pulled over. They're fishing. They're trying to see what they can get. And guess what? Either I got a speeding ticket or whatever the case may be. Actually, the only ticket that I've gotten out of all those interactions, I got a ticket for going to a red light. That's it. Or not a red light, stop sign. Stop sign. Sorry. But that's it. And apparently I must have. I probably did a rolling stop, which does happen. I'm not going to lie. That has been known to happen. So, but again, I said the one job, like a teacher, I could never be a teacher. I want to get back to that. The other job, I said I could never be a cop. Dealing with what a cop has to deal with on a daily basis, I give them a lot of respect for that, because it's got to suck, especially now with the scrutiny and everybody being under the microscope. And here's the thing: is at the end of the day, I want people to realize this: teachers, cops, nurses, paramedics, firefighters, we're all human beings. We're all human beings. We're going to have good days. We're going to have bad days. And I know some of you are going to say, oh, well, they're not allowed to have a bad day. That's not how it works. Okay. So again, it's how you interact, and it's going to make all the difference in the world. Now, for me, I could never be a cop because I could not dealing with the pedophiles and not taking a nightstick out and tattooing them upside their head a lot. Okay. Or somebody that abused a child. I just was watching a show, and I watched it just for a moment because I can't watch that type of stuff. Hey, Route Terror. Ed, I sent a package containing a few gifts to your P.O. box, and the tracking number said it's arriving tomorrow. I hope you love them. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that. I will definitely get that and pick that up, and thank you very much. I appreciate that. And I will show it once that comes in. So thank you. I do appreciate that, and thank you for the donation as well. But like I said again, dealing with I was watching a thing today, and a father, 5-week-old baby, I think the baby was 5 weeks, fractured orbital socket, fractured spine, fractured hip, broken ribs. How do you do that? How do you do that to a child? That type of stuff. If I was a cop and I came on the scene and I'm arresting dad because he did this to the kid or the boyfriend or mom or whoever it was, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that because it's like, I know what I would want to do to them. So it was best that I didn't become a police officer. So I think I chose the right profession, even though, it is, nursing is a very difficult job. Very, very stressful, but also really rewarding at times. It really can be. Hey, Prepper Artie Franklin, liberals seem to have gone after conservatives, or seem to be going after conservatives. And that happens, and it's the other way around too, to be honest with you. It's both ways. Both sides are going after the other side. You know why? Because we've been told in the media, they're the enemy. Oh my God, the left, they're the enemy. No, the right, they're the enemy. It's a manipulation. It is absolutely manipulation. And we need to stop it. We really, really do. Okay. It's not healthy. It's not productive. And don't get me wrong. Some people, the way that they think, I go, what is in their head? Why are they thinking that way? But I'm sure those same people look at me and go, what's in his head? I can't believe he's thinking that way. I just don't want to be controlled. I don't want somebody telling me what I can and cannot do, how I can live my life, getting permission to, be able to defend myself or defend my family or get in trouble because I defended myself or my family. That's ridiculous. Okay. That's ridiculous. People getting sued because some scumbag breaks into their house and they shoot them and they live, and then they sue the homeowner and they win. Are you freaking kidding me? So, again, and I've said this before, and I will say it again. If you ever break into my house, you will never get the opportunity to sue me. I promise you that. You come into my house with bad intentions, I'm making a promise to you, you will not ever get a chance to sue me, because you'll never sue anybody. You'll never do anything. You're never gonna break into anybody else's house ever again. That's a promise. It's not a threat. I don't threaten people, but That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. And I might not even report it to the police, just so you know. Because if you weren't supposed to be here in the first place, then, I don't know who that person is. I've never seen him in my life. So your family might miss you, but that'd probably be about it. And they might not even miss you either. Oh, my goodness. I'm sorry. I'm like in rare form tonight, guys. I do apologize. Prepper Artie Franklin. Hey, Ed, what are the best home defense weapons? Okay. I love a shotgun for a home defense weapon, but the problem with a shotgun is, depending on what you're using, like if you're using double-aught buck, okay, if you're a female in your home, if you live alone or if you have kids, if somebody's coming down the hall, the only problem is that double-aught buck is going to spread out. It's going to get the perpetrator, which is true, but it could also go through the walls and get your family members as well. So that's one part of it. Now, if you have a dog, that's going to be your early warning system. And then so you have a dog, which I think is important to have. You should have a dog that's going to, and it doesn't even matter if it's an ankle biter, that dog's going to hear somebody way before you do, okay? So this is the scenario. The dog starts barking. You wake up and you got that feeling, oh my God, something's going on. All you got to do, it's a universal sound. Everybody knows what that sound is. And then you announce loudly, I am armed and I will shoot you. Okay? You do that, and I'm going to tell you right now, 9 times out of 10, it's punk kids or drug addicts, whoever it is, trying to get that quick, easy score of some money. They're going to be gone. Now, if it's somebody coming in with bad intentions, you do what you have to do. But I think that is a really good thing to have. Again, that is a universal sound. Everybody knows what that sound is. And so, they're going to really think twice once they hear that. Once you hear that and again, everybody knows what that is. Everybody. So, but with having a dog, it's good. Now, somebody was saying slugs. Slugs are great if you know how to shoot. But if you don't know how to shoot, you could miss. I like double-aught buck for home defense because it's going to spread out. And especially if you're not really proficient, it's going to make sure you hit your target. But again, it depends on who's in the home, where they're coming from, what's going on, okay? We have the system here. Heather knows that if I say a certain thing, she needs to get down on the floor. That's just being proactive. That is not hoping something happens. I hope nothing ever happens. But if something did, she knows what she needs to do to make sure that I can take care of business and she's not going to get hurt, okay? So, and that's just having a word that if, it could be something as simple as I yell out Rumpelstiltskin, which is not a word that you would use on a normal basis, right? So I yell out that word. She hears that and she goes, oh crap, boom, gets right on the floor, okay? Or under the bed or whatever the case may be, but gets down as low as she possibly can. Because if you're walking through here, I'm not going to be shooting down. I'm going to be shooting here. So that's, that's just another tip that you could use to make sure that your family's safe. And again, having a crossbow is great unless you got to understand, if you're in that situation, I want you to remember this, okay? Let's put ourselves in that scenario. Your son asleep, you're in bed. Something's going on, you hear it, you wake up, the dogs are going crazy, right? Somebody's in your house, they've broken into your house. You are not going to be thinking completely clearly. You're going to be nervous. You're going to be upset. Your adrenaline is going to be pumping. Okay. Really, really easy to miss. Really, really easy to miss. So that's why I like double-aught buck, because even if I point in general direction, you're not going to miss. So again, each individual has to make their own call, but that would be my advice. Having a dog early warning system is a great thing. And then having something, a 12 gauge is a great thing. And again, 9 times out of 10, all you got to do is once you load it, they hear it, they're going to be gone. And so unless you have somebody that really wants to do you harm. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. We had an attack, a Siamese when I was a kid. Oh, an attack Siamese. Yeah, Siamese cats are no joke, man. They are no joke. They can be mean. And they got the weirdest cry too. I have USCCA insurance for having my back. I don't know what you're talking about, Brian. Sorry, you must be having a conversation with somebody else. I have a 100-pound German Shepherd. I'm on a waiting list for another one. Boy, are they in demand? Oh, I'm sure. I am sure. Great protection dog. I would rather have a female German Shepherd, like I do, than a male. The females are very, very much more. They're more protective. Males are great. They're good dogs, and they would protect you, I'm sure. But your female German Shepherds are much more, if I could say that, much more protective. How much damage did you do to your car when you took out that rabid skunk? No, it wasn't a skunk. It was a woodchuck. Not a woodchuck. I'm sorry, raccoon. It was a raccoon. Shot out one of my tires. Yeah, shot out one of my tires on my car. That's what I did. So, again, it spreads out. I wasn't thinking about that at the time. I was just thinking about I got to shoot this rabid raccoon that's here in the middle of the day acting all whacked out. So, but yeah, that's exactly how that went down. So, I have a 150-pound Rot. Rottweilers are awesome. Love Rottweilers. I've had them in the past. My male Rottweiler was just a big wuss. He was a great dog, but just a big wussy. My female was the more protective one, but she was, she wasn't. But again, I'm not raising my animals to be ultra aggressive. I guess if you train that dog to be that way, that's what they're going to do. Oh, I got him. I got him. Yep. So, but like with her, animals are going to always sense danger. They're very keenly aware of things. So that animal's going to know if there's danger before you do, because they can sense it. They can feel that other person's energy. They know where they're at mentally and stuff like that. They really can. It sounds weird, but it's really, really true. And they're awesome. They are awesome with that. They will, like I said, those dogs will give their life for you. You're their master. They in the family. Once they know who the family is, like Becky and Mom and Heather, and Eddie, that's the family. They know that they have to protect the family as well. So they're very, very protective that way. And they'll do what they got to do to keep you guys safe. And I think that's awesome. So, again, guys, really quickly, we're still at 1475 in the chat. We got 1,085 thumbs up. If you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I'm going to ask again if you would do that to show support for the channel. Again, thank you ahead of time for doing that. I do appreciate it. Again, it also really helps with the algorithms, so the interaction is better. The more interaction we have, thumbs up, thumbs down, or comments, it puts us higher up in the rankings, so I thank you for that reason as well. The third reason is I love to see a lot of thumbs up, not going to lie. So thank you for that reason. Again, if you are not subscribed, I would ask you to subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell icon to get all notifications as well. And thank you. Hey, Router. I only have a tiny Pomeranian, so yeah, she's not a threat, haha. But you'll hear a pin drop outside, so a great early heads up when she starts barking. You know what? And that's what I said. They're going to hear it long before you do. And even though it's a Pomeranian, they're going to let you know. And that's all you need. We're always looking for the advantage, right? The perpetrator is looking for the advantage of that you're sleeping, that it's nighttime, that you're not going to be aware, that you might not even know that they're in your house. But I'll tell you what, those dogs, no matter what dog it is, they're going to hear it. And they're going to let you know. And that way you can be able to react to the threat. Even if you have an ankle biter, obviously a perpetrator's maybe stalked out your house a little bit, staked it out, I should say. They're going to be watching. They're going to know what you have. And I'll tell you what, if you have, a decent sized dog, a protection dog, they can't get any kind of pattern on you of when you're home, when you're not home. They're going to go on to greener pastures. They're going to look for an easier target because they don't want to go into a house with a German Shepherd, a Rottweiler, a Doberman, a Pit Bull. They're not going to want to go into those houses because they know what's going to happen if they do. So, no, we didn't eat the raccoon at all. No way. I think it was rabid. So, no, not at all. Prepper Artie Franklin. Hey, Ed, what is the least acres needed for a homestead? Realistically, you could homestead on an acre lot, half acre lot, depending on how you utilize your space. Obviously, the more land that you have, it puts you in a position where people are not right on top of you. So, like up in the area where I live, they sold all these properties in 3 acre lots. So, with a 3 acre lot, nobody's right on top of you, which is really, really nice. And it makes it fantastic because you got a lot more privacy. So, and then a lot of people, they'll, buy several of the lots. And so then they own a bigger area. And then that way you're even having less people around you. That's a great way to control your environment. So, I mean, if you got 10 acres, 10 acres is great depending on how much is flat, how much is high, if there's swampy areas, all those things go into play. So, that makes a difference too. Hello, young lady. My other girl, Miss Pandora, is right here right now saying hello. And here comes Caesar because he's like, wait a minute, somebody's getting attention. So, anyway, yeah, so, it just, having a homestead, you can do it depending, you can do it on a smaller lot. But again, I like having some space, having some room. I have 3 acres. So, 3 acres is good. I haven't even used close to all my 3 acres. So, again, it depends on what you do, how much room you got, how close you want people to be around you or near you. The road frontage makes a difference because in that way, how close can they be? You know what I mean? So those are things that you got to think about as well. Ed, Dash Hounds are the best alarm system dog. Okay, Sarah just said that. Sarah Hancock. That's good. Oh, yes, I saw this too. Thank you, Dust Devil, for bringing it up. The NRA filed for bankruptcy. Yep. Leaving New York, moving to Texas as a nonprofit. I did see that because they've been getting sued. They're going to try to work on passing legislation to limit what you can do, what you can have. There's all this crap that you got to go through a mental health evaluation and, have a federal permit. They're going to try to dictate again. More legislation is coming. It's all about control. Do you have bug out bags for all of you and your family members? Yes, James, I do. Yep, I sure do, James. Yep, I've had them for years because you never know. You never know. So, all right. So really quickly, guys, what we're going to do right now, we are Legion because we are many. We are all over the world. We're all over this country. We are a huge family, a huge network of people. Where is everybody from tonight? Where is everybody from tonight? But yeah, the NRA, they're trying to get rid of them because they're the ones that have helped us for years. But even there's been a lot of corruption with that as well. Stark County, Ohio, London, Montana, Boston, Mass, California, Denver, Oregon, Mississippi, Pleasant Plain, Iowa. Let's see, Kentucky, Arkansas, Minnesota, Portland, Oregon, Ontario, Canada, New Hampshire, Eastern Long Island, Wisconsin, BC, Canada, Oxford, Pennsylvania, upstate New York, Indiana, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, Beech Grove, Indiana, Finland, Quebec in Canada, Kansas, New Hampshire, Nebraska, Michigan, let's see, Australia, very nice, Ohio, Utah, Melbourne, Australia, very nice, Finland again, Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, love that down there, beautiful, very, very eerie. Let's see, Queensland, Australia, Ulster Park, New York. We have Missouri, Montana, Albion, New York, Eastern Oregon, Virginia, Louisiana, Southwest Missouri. Let's see, New Mexico, Texas, Florida, Ozarks in Missouri, very nice. Kansas City. We have Kentucky again, New Mexico, Binghamton, New York, Texas again, Colorado, Minnesota, Florida, Key West down in Florida, Highland Park, Illinois. Let's see, Afton, Michigan, Longview, Washington. Hey, Jeff's Cooking Adventure. In Tennessee, we call going through a stop sign without stopping California roll. Yeah, California rolling. That's exactly. Nowhere, Oklahoma. Thank you very much for the donation and thanks for the statement. Grand Island, Nebraska. Biloxi, Mississippi. Northern Illinois, Southeast Ohio. Let's see, Litchfield in the UK, very nice. Germantown, Maryland. Bedford, Indiana. Iowa, Missouri. Bellingham in Washington. Anderson, South Carolina. We have Ohio. Altoona, Pennsylvania. Buffoon, South Carolina. Crescent Valley, Nevada. Sorry. Newton, Massachusetts. Gainesville, Georgia. Western New York. Hudson, Florida. Let's see. Middletown, Pennsylvania. Again, guys, all over the country, all over the world. Huge network. We have Los Angeles, just dropped in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Angola, Indiana. So, Navoot, Canada, Christmas Valley, Oregon, Hell, Texas, Atlanta, Georgia, Kansas, Wilmington, North Carolina, Portland, Tennessee, the frozen tundra of Wisconsin, very nice. Virginia, Utah, Cowpie, Iowa, I like that. San Antonio. Again, guys, all over the place. We're a huge family. We're a huge network. If we work together as a family, if we network, we support each other, what a difference we can make. Unbelievable difference that we could make. And nobody could stop us. And that's the best part about it. If we work together, we can be a very, very strong voice. We can be the ones that are ready for when the time comes. We need to be. Freddie, you left you. Biden announced he will issue executive order or mask for 100 days. I've heard that as well. Good luck. Good luck is what I'll say with that one. You're going to have people that are going to fight back against that. I'm telling you right now. That's just a fact. They're getting so ridiculous that there was talk, and I heard this. Thank you very much for the donation, and thank you for the statement as well. That they were talking about you need to wear a mask in your home. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? The people that you're around all the time, that you should have to wear a mask in your home. I think that is absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, Buddy wants to go out. I'm going to give me 1 second. Hold on. Buddy. Oh, no, he's heading for you're going to go? If you're going to go, I'll let you out. All right. All right, guys. Sorry about that. Sometimes he goes to the door, cries. I get up and he'll go to the bathroom because he wants water. He wants to drink water out of the sink. So that's what he does. So, but, with everything going on, new administration coming in, I think it's going to be different. It's going to be interesting, not in a good way, in my opinion. I just think we need to be smart about things. Continue to prep. Continue to get ready. Do what you need to do to protect your families. I think that's hugely, hugely important. We don't know what things are going to happen. We really don't. So just being as ready as you can be. Whatever's going to happen, guys, and I said this in my earlier video today, whatever's going to happen, there's not anything we can do about it. Nothing, okay? All we can do is know how we need to react to that situation. So the more prepared we are, the better off we're going to be. That's just how I feel. And we're just going to have to go with it. We're going to have to ride it out and see what happens. And, there's a lot of unknowns, unfortunately, a lot of unknowns. But, panicking, being scared all the time, that's not a healthy thing. It's really, really not. So, I'm going to encourage you all to, if you need to, step away, turn that TV off. I am so grateful. It is so funny. I'm so grateful that when I moved out here, I got rid of every TV I had. And I talked about this before. My sister has her TV in her place. And when I go over there to visit them and I'll talk to them a little bit, I'll watch that for like 2 minutes. And I'm like, man, I can't even watch this crap. Okay. I can't watch it because it's ridiculous. So I don't miss it. I don't miss it. So if I want to just decompress and not think, especially in the wintertime when I can't ride, that's my escape. I love to ride. But when I can't do that, I just want to go and just do what I got to do and just have fun. And that's what we should be doing. We just got to have fun, enjoy life, take a break, take a hike, take a walk, do something that you enjoy, get away from this nonsense because that constant every day on TV, negative, negative, negative. it's very, very counterproductive, and it does not help. It really, really doesn't. So just, that's how I feel about that. So anyway, I want to thank my moderators for doing just a fantastic job like they always do. You guys are awesome. Ladies and gentlemen that keep the chat clean, thank you for what you do. I do appreciate it. I thank you all for being here in the chat. We have great chats. I think we had like 1,700 people tonight. Nice crowd for a Friday. Not a bad crowd for a Friday. I think it's, we just, we're having discussions, sharing information, and I think that that's awesome. Okay. Thank you for the trolls who send those emails. Um, you know who you are. I appreciate that. I always like a nice laugh, so I do enjoy that as well. I want to thank people. I have a few people that do actually a monthly donation to my PayPal, and they do it religiously. Thank you guys for doing that as well. I do appreciate that. Again, uh, anything that I get in, it goes back into the homestead to help support what I'm doing here. So it is appreciated. I don't want you to ever think that I don't appreciate what you guys do. I really, truly do, and it does mean a lot to me. So thank you all that do that as well. Remember, guys, we are all in this together. That is important. Remember, we are one race called the human race. And as soon as we can get to that point and realize that, we're going to be in much, much better shape. Also, remember to hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important that we tell the people that we care about every day how we feel. Also, remember STD, guys. Step, thing, and day. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only person that can stop you from reaching those goals is you. That's it. Nobody else can stop you. If you stay away from negative people that want to bring you down, that want to tell you what you can't do, stay away from them. Stay with positive people that are going to uplift you and make your lives better. That's important too, okay? And you can do it. Anybody can do whatever you're trying to do. Doesn't have to be, excuse me, doesn't have to be about prepping. Doesn't have to be about being off grid. It's whatever you are trying to do, you can accomplish it, and only you can stop you, okay? Have a great night, guys. I hope everybody's doing fantastic. Be safe. Enjoy your weekend. I will see you all tomorrow. Prepper Nurse 1 out for now.